volts.
Morning guys, it's your old pal Brian. It's about 8 o'clock in the morning on the 21st, just some days before Christmas. Enjoying a very foggy day out here at the lake. It'll cook off quickly as that sun comes up. So I'm on my last pack of the day, flushed with pride at my mad skills as a pilot.
4.1 volts.
And I swing that thing around over here to the west and clip a tree again. Thank God I clipped it at such a height where I could come fetch the thing. Dummy.
12.3 volts.
I'm getting full of myself. Goofball. So yeah, that was interesting. Had to go get it again. Broke the tail off at the same place I break the tail off every time, which is good. It's a fracture point. A few more dings in the fuse, but nothing that couldn't be filled in with a little. To me, it looks like Elmer's glue. It's glue made for foam, but I think it's Elmer's glue.
12.3 volts. 4.1 volts.
Be a little careful here because that fog does get thick. Just before the sun comes up, it almost pushes the clouds down before it lets up altogether. So we're going to stay nice and local so as to not lose orientation. My battery that I crashed into the ground nose first at about 900 miles an hour. And my T28 is finally hating life. It takes about an hour to balance charge it. One of the cells is
30 seconds.
taking a shit. So by chance
4.1 volts.
I had ordered a new battery the other day, knowing that that one was going to slowly die off. And rightly so. Eric is like, oh, you need to just throw that battery away. And I'm like, yeah, you know what, if it charges alright, we're going to hold on to it. They are 20 bucks a piece. You're going to catch fire. And I'm like, yeah, probably not.
12.2 volts.
That's that tree over there, man. That's crazy. Doink. Wasn't very pretty. Yeah, I have the worst problem with gauging distance over there. When I swing this thing around the turn, what I'm trying to do is get a good glide slope in, and the further away the better, but yeah, I gotta be careful. Next time I won't be so damn lucky I end up in a tree. Oh, that was a pretty one.
12 volts.
I had a nice evening yesterday with friends. We went down to a local community. I just happen to live by one of the most beautiful communities on the planet. It's Mount Dora, and one of the few places I don't mind walking around without a gun. And hung with friends. Finally got to sleep last night about 11:30. Pup was kind enough to sleep in with us.
8 minutes.
Not getting me up until about 7:30.
11.9 volts. 4 volts.
My ridiculously wonderful wife has got the house just about squared away for Christmas. I have about all my obligations done. I have basically a free day today. The weather's going to degrade into the evening where we'll have showers, and then expecting thunderstorms. I think Tuesday, because the air will be wet down here, and then the air that comes in will be particularly dry.
11.9 volts.
Yeah, you gotta stay away from that tree over there.
7 minutes. 3.9 volts.
Fog is starting to cook off. Change and move around with the sun and the wind. I've had it get too foggy on my little key fob lens before, and get to where you couldn't see out of it.
11.7 volts.
Found the fog. You stay down here where it's safe.
Six minutes.
Noel, you'll appreciate this, you and Jonesy. I'm on another thread where I'm flying the Icon with a guy out in Wyoming, Battle Dude. So
11.7 volts.
he says something about posting on another forum, and I go out on the other forum, and I see him acknowledge a fellow by the name of Buzz. And I go, oh man, there can't be more than one Buzz, right? And sure enough, it's my Buzz who lives just up the road from me. And Lee the Tree Guy, and I remember him from coaxials back in like 2007 or some shit like that. He would constantly tell his tale of woe
5 minutes.
and claim poor, and people would mail him shit.
11.7 volts.
Turns out most
3.9 volts.
likely he was just a huckster. I think we had one of those on there one time where he come in, I guess it's something cool that some people do. They come into the web forums, claim the poor mouth, and people mail them free shit, and then they disappear. There was a fireman one time that was doing that with us over on HK 450 thread. Turned out to be a beautiful morning though. We had some just light rain last night. I'm like, well, the front's gonna move in, that'll be it, but not so much.
4 minutes. 3.9 volts.
Be a little careful dicking around here. So this should be it for at least until like sometime Christmas Eve, where I might talk my son or my dad into coming out and watching me fly, or both. And one 10-minute flight will be about enough for them, I'm sure. Yeah, it's all good when you're flying. It sucks when other people are flying. Okay, remember that end of the lake, boy.
3 minutes.
Well, hell yeah, that's 2 in a row.
3.9 volts.
How does that work? Yeah, what an amazing aircraft, though. Just tolerates some crazy shit.
11.3.
Little short,
volts.
stubby wings will allow it to get some pretty good lift because it's got a good chord on it. So you're actually flying it a little slower than you might think. So when you do crash it into a tree, it's not going real fast. Particularly when I'm coming in for a landing, I'm not coming out warp 10. So I think the order of today is to go see a movie. But we don't have anything out that we're jumping up and down about. Interstellar was great. That was worth my
2
time.
minutes. 11.5 volts. 3.8 volts.
Wifey's putting in that she wants to go eat breakfast. So we shall see how that goes. It might get me out of the air a little quicker. Stay away from the tree. Be neat to see one of these in real life. I think they did say they're coming out this year. I'm sorry, next year, 15.
11.4 volts. 1 minute. 3.8 volts.
Okay. Let's stay out of the tree. Well, it wasn't pretty, but I'll take it.
30 seconds. 30 seconds. 11.3 volts. 20 seconds. Throttle hold.
Muddy Mud Skipper. See ya.
10 seconds. 10 seconds. 10 seconds. 10 seconds. 10 seconds. Low battery. Battery critical. .8 volts. Telemetry lost. 11.5 volts. Telemetry recovered. .4 volts, 4.1 volts. .4 volts.